Okay, so some breaking news. I want to talk about this whole Hollywood conspiracy. People that brought up everything from Pizzagate down to this crazy trafficking, sex trafficking, all that stuff. This is true. It's coming to pass in the sense that people talked about it 5-10 years ago. Many years ago, people thought these high and mighty celebrities were all great. They were good, influential people and all of that, role models. But come to find out, you're seeing over the last few years, and especially with this Diddy case, a lot of these people coming out of the woodwork talking about this, it is now coming to a head. And so today, just today, he was indicted on federal charges, including sex trafficking and racketeering conspiracy. So let's quickly take a look at this video and a couple others.
Today, I'm announcing the unsealing of a 3-count indictment, charging Sean Combs with racketeering conspiracy, sex trafficking, interstate transportation for prostitution. The indictment alleges that between at least 2008 and the present, Combs abused, threatened, and coerced victims to fulfill his sexual desires, protect his reputation, and conceal his conduct. As alleged in the indictment, to carry out this conduct, Sean Combs led and participated in a racketeering conspiracy that used the business empire he controlled to carry out criminal activity, including sex trafficking, forced labor, kidnapping, arson, bribery, and the obstruction of justice.
I want to show another clip here about the raid itself and what they uncovered.
They seized firearms and ammunition, including 3 defaced AR-15s and a large-capacity drum magazine. They also seized evidence of the freak-offs, electronic devices that contain images and videos of the freak-offs with multiple victims. And they seized cases and cases of the kinds of personal lubricant and baby oil that Combs' staff allegedly used to stock hotel rooms for the freak-offs. More than 1,000 bottles altogether.
So as you can see, there's a lot more there, but the evidence is overwhelming. The testimony, the amount of footage, all this stuff, right? And so this is just the beginning of a great downfall of many elites and many people of power, influence, even politicians. You got Hollywood people, all these guys that people said was conspiracy, but God is bringing down this house, humbling people, and it has to be shown incrementally so that people can slowly digest it. If you say that the past presidents and all these world leaders were doing all this crazy stuff, Epstein Island, all the way down to this, they're going to not believe it. And so that's why they have to kind of show it little by little, so such that people can actually accept that this is a reality, in that people behind the scenes are being tortured, they're being kidnapped, they're being taken, and there's so much graphic detail behind this that I'm not going to talk about that is being basically exposed on the internet. And it's crazy how people thought this was not possible, thinking that this facade of, oh, Hollywood and everything is all fine and dandy, but really behind the scenes, there's a great evil that is being exposed and taken down. And so this is part of all of this. Everything that you heard of that was, conspiracy, Pizzagate, all of these things, these crazy codes and symbols, it's being exposed and it's being brought to light and it's being dealt with in this hour. So much more is happening. Everything right now that we talked about, right, 4, 5, 10 years ago, all of this is coming true. It's not going the other way. It's not like, oh, whoops, we were crazy conspiracy theorists and right-wing nuts, so we're just gonna apologize. It's literally coming to pass. It's being shown, and things are turning for the better in that God is dealing with it, exposing it, and people need to digest it. Again, I've been saying for a very long time, this is a great awakening. It's a time for which people need to come to terms with what's happening in the world. You can deny it, you can be ignorant of it, or you can say, you know what, I come against it in the name of Jesus. We can fight, we can join arms and say, you know what, we want legislation passed, we want our culture to be changed, we want people that are doing things to innocent people to be dealt with, right? Punishment. However, in the legal system it works, all of this stuff, you can't be sitting around allowing your kids to be influenced anymore, because if it comes to your doorstep and your kid gets kidnapped, your kids get brought into the system, then what are you going to do, right? You're going to take action in that moment. But if you're standing back and saying nothing and saying, you know what, close my ears, la 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 la, and just saying that nothing is happening, then you're part of the problem in some sense. And so again, I'm not saying this to the majority of this audience that's listening, but you realize that all of what's happening, it's being done for a reason. Good patriots, good white hats, people out there are taking charge. And yes, you have to filter and discern what's true and what's not, and what's part of the information warfare, the psyops warfare, and all that. But what's true is that it's moving in a direction of, it was crazy talk, conspiracy, but now it's coming to light. And so more is happening, guys. This Sean Diddy Combs, he was indicted this morning. A lot is coming out, and apparently the judge denied bail, and now he has to sit in jail until his trial is to come about, whenever that is. And a lot more people are going to be exposed. That's why with the Epstein stuff, there's sealed indictments for a reason. It's a whole racketeering conspiracy that they have to bring down. They can't just say the names. It's going to come at some point. But for now, it's part of a greater orchestration of getting into the details. You got double agents, you got undercover agents. These guys have to go in, get the detail, and really bring it down. And part of the problem is this whole information warfare we are in. If you let things out to the public too early, too much, in some sense, the white hats may have to lie so that they can get to a greater good of exposing and figuring out what's happening. Otherwise, the bad guys have a leg up in this whole like 5D chess game, whatever it is that we're playing. So again, lots happening. It's a good time in the sense of justice, but it's sad. It's sad to see the truth and what's really happened. It's a lot to digest for the normal person, for the normie, but it is inevitable. It must be done such that we move to a greater a phase of this awakening process, of a page turn, of more cleansing of this nation, of this world. So love you guys. Be encouraged. It's a good time. Talk to you guys very soon.